And as the war continues in Ukraine, the issue of grain exports remains unresolved. As a new harvest season approaches, Ukrainian farmers are dealing with losses due to blocked exports.
In a war-torn city of northern Ukraine, farmer Mykola Teroshenko hopes to start harvesting his wheat fields this week. But he has no place to store the grains, as his silos are still crammed full with 11,000 tons of grain from last year's harvest.
I mean, can he do that kind of?
Harvest that did not get exported due to Ukraine's closed seaports.
It's
a catastrophe, not only for us, but for the whole country and for the whole community as well. It isn't just me in this situation. My colleagues are all going through this. We have grain, but we have nowhere to send it. You lose the motivation to do this when there's no demand.
Teroshenko farms as part of a collective of 30 people near the Kereshate village, which was shelled by Russians during the first month of the war. The villagers mostly hid in cellars during the strikes.
The problem is we have a war going on. There was a lot of military action around here. We could not come out to plough the field because there was a lot of shelling.
Once Russia withdrew its forces from the northern region, Ukrainian military combed fields littered with detritus of the war and defused mines. Farmers then used tractors to drag rockets out of the soil. As a result, Teroshenko's collective only managed to sell some sunflower seeds, that too at very low prices. In regions where grain export through railways or roadways to Eastern Europe is challenging, smallholders like Teroshenko will have to sell their harvest at a huge loss if they can't store it. This might deprive them of resources to buy seeds and fertilizers for the next season, which in turn will affect Ukraine's grain output. A grain company in northern Ukraine used to offer services to smallholder farmers, but pressure from the export blockade has left no spare storage capacity for the farmers. Before the war, the company's silos could hold 72,000 tons of grain, but a Russian rocket strike destroyed the roof of one silo. The bombardment slashed the overall storage capacity of the company by nearly 15,000 tons.
Yes, there is a hole in the roof which is constantly leaking. The silo is unfit to be used. As a result of that, it's not enough to take down the roof and put up a new one to restore it. The silo's construction is built in a way that you have to rebuild it completely.
Prices for grain have plunged in Ukraine in recent weeks as farmers try to clear the space in their silos for new harvest. According to the APK Inform consultancy, the bid price for wheat in Ukraine has slumped to about $110 per ton in July from $259 per ton in mid-April. Ukraine is one of the world's biggest grain exporters. Its shipments are generally exported to West Asia and Africa. A lack of grain shipments from Ukraine has been pushing up global food prices. UN agencies have warned that the current situation is threatening starvation and mass migration on an unprecedented scale. The future of Teroshenko's farming business, like many others in Ukraine, could now hinge on talks related to opening up a sea corridor. The talks to allow exports via Ukraine's Black Sea ports are expected to continue this week. Bureau Report WION World is One.